Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Speakeasy. I'm your barkeeper, Jeff Belanger, and I'm glad you're here. Happy Friday, everyone. You made it. You made it to the weekend. Busy week, but, we got through it. I think that's worth a drink. Tonight, I'm drinking Harpoon Camp Wana Mango, which is a mango-flavored tropical ale. It's pretty darn good. This is not my first of the day, though, to be honest, but not my first ever. What are you guys drinking? Where are you from? And hey, please, oh please, start watch parties and share and like so your friends can join us in the Speakeasy where there's never a cover and we can all drink alone together. Good stuff. I had a very busy week, been working on some house projects. I built a patio. It's pretty good, right? Pretty hard work, digging up the earth and all that stuff. Cheers to you guys. Also, about this glass, I may have appropriated it from Frank Pepe's Pizza in New Haven. Best pizza in the world. Unbelievable. I've lived right outside of New York, been to Chicago, lived near Boston. Best pizza I've ever had is in New Haven. There, I said it. So while you guys check in, please do. Also want to remind you that I've got a bunch of stuff going on this week. This week coming. I've got a bunch of programs that I'm doing. There you go. You can see me live virtually from anywhere you are. I'll be doing a bunch of library programs. I know they all say New England Legends, but really cool because every single one of those is going to be different. I'm cycling through a bunch of different stories. And if you go to all of them, you'll hear a ton of different stories. I never do the same show twice. So if you see me twice in a row, you'd hear 20 different stories. And I'm really grateful to be able to do this via Zoom meeting. So all those are free, by the way. So if you want to attend any of them, go to my website, jeffbelanger.com, and you can go ahead and find out how you sign up for them. And I'd love to see you there if you want to go. It'd be great. So I was thinking a lot about, Jennifer, hello from Taunton, getting a tattoo right now. Please say it's something like paranormal, Jennifer. Tell me it's like the Speakeasy logo, or something amazing like that, I hope. Maybe you can send us a picture. And Jan is just drinking water because went out for lunch and had 3 wines earlier. We've all had lunches like that, haven't we? Hello from Texas. Good to see you, Amanda. And yes, shout out and pleasure and pain in Taunton. Very good. Good. And Mary is having a corona going on. Well done. You're not afraid of any virus. Good for you. Good for you. Huntsville, Alabama, but I need a beer. Michael, hurry up because mine is going to disappear. So I'm thinking a lot about people you've known a while, old friendships, people that just kind of come in and out of your life again and again. And I was thinking about my guest tonight. And it's one of those guys where you're like, when you just pause to think how long you've known each other, it's a long, long time. A long time. He'll correct me anyway, but I want to say it was like 16, 17 years at this point. And that's pretty nutty. He's an author. I first met him because he had me on his radio show, Ghost Chronicles, which has been going on for like 8 million years. He's the founder of the New England Ghost Project. He's New England's own Van Helsing. Please welcome my old buddy, and I do mean old, Ron Kolek.
Hey, good. Get that finger down.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This was amazing, right? Was that the intro of all intros?
Yeah, so anyway.
What's going on?
Jeff, when you asked me to go to meet you at the Speakeasy today, right? You know how my mind works. It's just like, it's always doing things, right? So I was thinking of J.J. Walker. You remember J.J. Walker?
Yes, from Good Times.
Yeah. You always did like limericks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So you said you were going to ask me what I drinking, right?
Right. What are you drinking?
This popped into my head. It's 7:00 on a Friday, and the regular crowd shuffles in, and I'm sitting here drinking my Ultra in a bottle that's made out of tin. So there you go, Ultra in the tin bottle.
Cheers to you.
That was not. Yeah, cheers. That was not. It just popped in my brain. But you're right. We have known each other forever and ever.
Sandra's already noticing your shirt. The what does it say? The Piss and Moan.
What shirt?
The
official
one behind. Piss and Moan.
Moan Club.
Piss and Moan about everything club. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's it. So
And you know what?
What?
So we're talking about shirts. So I'm wearing my buddy's shirt, Last Bottle Clothing. This shirt, Ron.
Yeah,
It's made out
How
of
many did you have
recycled.
before I got here?
Only 6. They come in 6 packs. This shirt is made out of recycled plastic bottles. Pretty crazy, huh? Last Bottle Clothing.
Yeah.
Well done. Stuart Wood. Went to high school with him. So, Ron, the world changed back in March. And people like us.
Before we get to that.
Yeah.
Shirt. I got to tell a story to the shirt. So,
go.
I used to do spectral evidence at part of the Festival Dead. Did it for 13 years, right? So one Halloween, we were down there at the Hawthorne, and my wife and my partner, Maureen Wood, disappeared. And they came back.
Let me just jump in here. Those are 2 separate people. Your wife and Maureen Wood are 2 different people. You said my partner and my wife, Maureen Wood. People are going to think that's one and the same. I'm just trying to help edit you.
Sometimes it seems that way. I mean, nobody will own up to me. Nobody freaking owns up to me.
No judgment here. You be the polygamist you got to be.
Whatever. So, anyways, they disappeared, and they came back with this for me. So it means a lot to me.
Oh, right. That's nice. Okay. All right.
So all this other stuff you were talking about.
Right. I know. So you host like 10 radio shows. You've got Ghost Chronicles, Ghost Chronicles International. You've got all kinds of programs. How long? The television show. How long have you been doing Ghost Chronicles? Like, when was the first show?
I don't recall.
Yeah,
it's got to be around like 2000.
So like 20 years.
Yeah, it was terrestrial radio. It was WCCM in Methuen. And I remember. I will never forget my first show though. Right, and we used to do it on Fridays. By the way, I think it was 6 o'clock on Fridays.
Yep.
And our logo was "Rush Hour just gets scarier." So there you go. Anyways, but. My first show, right? I've been a guest on the radio prior to that. But anyways, my first show, Maureen's my partner. I'm in there. Show's about to start. Guess who's not there?
Maureen,
exactly. So I come out and I stumble out on this opening. I will never, ever forget. It was like, Kolek. It's like it was horrible, absolutely horrible. Worst thing I ever did, except for in the NBS TV radio interview. That was probably the worst.
Which one?
Public radio.
Public radio was the worst interview you ever did.
Oh, you kidding me? That was hard.
They usually know what they're doing. What happened?
I don't know who the hell the host was, but he didn't want to be there. That's for damn sure. He went in there, right? And we went in there, right? It was in Brookline, I think, or whatever. It was in Boston ways. And I hate going to Boston, but that's besides the point. Right. So anyways, we went in there. The guy says, okay, sit down. I'm going to ask you questions. You answer them. I was like, okay, fine, cool. So I get there and he says, he asked me a question, right? And I would say something. And he would never follow it up, never say a freaking word after that. He just right on to the next question. And blah, blah, blah. And how long have you been doing this? 15 years. But I've had a lot of different interesting experiences. Where are you based out of? It's like, it was the worst thing. All he did is sit there and read the freaking questions. It was...
So
that's why I'm pissing moan, you know.
He is a piss and moan, and we're going to get some drinks in you. And I imagine the pissing and the moaning is just going to get amplified as we move through this.
I'm sorry. Let me get back on the track.
No, totally fine. I was thinking of no, you've got me on another track. We're going to go on your track now. It's totally fine. I was thinking about, like, you've been a guest, you've been a host, right? And being good at one thing hopefully makes you good at the other, because bad guests are hard. People think they either give you one-word answers, which is just horrible, right? Like, so you're into the paranormal? Yes.
You and I both know somebody we do.
So, okay, that's really hard. But then you got to keep asking and keep asking and keep pulling, and hopefully you build some rapport and get somewhere, or you just got to give up and move on. The other problem are people that just think it's a congressional filibuster. And if I keep talking and I don't stop, right, then you go, it's not a conversation anymore. It's just, just plowing away through the words. And some people think giving you more words is giving you a better answer. However, it's not. Being succinct is a gift, and it takes some work. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And look at you saying,
you have some guess it's like talking to a woman.
What now?
I'm sure it's, you've had some guess it's like talking to a woman. And, wife, you and I are both married, right?
Yes.
So I go and ask my wife a simple question like, did you pick up the laundry? And I get, well, it was really hot today. And I went to the CVS and I bought some face lotion. And then I think I stopped at McDonald's and picked up iced tea and maybe things like that. And, you really ought to cut the lawn and everything. And why you think I should have picked up the it's like, just answer the question. Was it yes or no? It wasn't. You ever see Judge Judy? That's what she was. Yes or no.
So
but
women
tend to eliminate, and I'm going to get a lot of people who know me know I mean no harm. So.
No, I know. But however, I will say this: I know a lot of dudes that are like that too. What are you typing? Are you like writing an email?
No, I knocked over all these rechargeable batteries, and this hook thing got stuck in it, and I don't know.
This is awesome. I love this.
I'm sorry.
I know. I love it. I think you're gonna. If you have a fit, that would help us all. I think we could just watch that.
It would work.
It would be amazing. So
hockey picture.
What do you got?
Hockey picture.
Hockey picture. Yes, you play hockey. Do you still play?
No, they stopped me when I had my heart operation.
Oh, that's lame. Because I think dying on the ice would be just epic.
Yeah, I do too.
So
dying in anything you do is epic.
I agree.
Anything you like to do.
Okay, if you could engineer,
you want to die.
If you're friends with Ron on Facebook, his age is like literally 147 or something like that. If you could engineer the perfect ending for Ron Kolek, like what would it be? What would you be doing as you just croak?
Let me see. Is this censored?
No, go ahead. Oh, yeah, never mind. I got it. I got the answer. You'd go out with that.
I would never do that to anyone.
That's neutron orgasm would just take you out, right?
That's too mean for anyone.
And you'd go out praying, wouldn't you?
Yeah, God. But no, as far as the perfect ending, I don't know. I've always said, like, if I had a terminal disease, like if I know I was going to die, what I would do is like get in a boat and just go out to sea by myself.
Wow, that's very Viking of you. Would you want me to like shoot a flaming arrow into it as you're?
Don't have to.
No,
I don't want to burn to death, you fool.
Oh, you just want to starve on the ocean and drown.
Well, I could do it in the wintertime, and then I would freeze to death, which is like falling asleep and do it.
You haven't given this enough thought.
Why?
We're going to come back.
I think it's a great idea.
It's not bad. It isn't bad. Karen wants me to ask you about your haunted picture, but I think she means, if I'm correct, Karen, I think you mean this haunted picture. Oh, look at us! Look at how young we were. Well, look at how young I was.
Oh, do you know what that was, Jeff?
Wait, okay. I think that now. Hold on. You sent me this, and there was no explanation. Was that at the Concord Inn?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
My first book, Ghost Chronicles, the original book.
I probably have that on my shelf somewhere.
I do. I think it's here.
You should put it up. You should shamelessly plug it. Did I write a blurb in that one?
Of course you did.
Yeah.
And when the second book came out, I asked you again because I thought you didn't write the first one.
And I had forgotten. And you know what would have been fun?
Write the same stuff?
If I just would have like given you the same forward twice, and you would have just run it.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that. Yeah.
This book, Ghost Chronicles Part 2, it's just all the same.
Yeah.
Epic. So yeah, that was at the Concord Inn. So tell us about the room. It's the upstairs room that was a makeshift hospital, right? Right after the first shots were fired.
Haunted Room 24.
Right. You've done stuff up there.
which is in the book, which is why we had it at the Concord Colonial. Supposedly it's the haunted room at the end. So my wife and I stayed there. We did a radio show from there. Ghost Chronicles with Maureen came, and some of the team came too. And we did a live broadcast from the room. And then after it was all over, they left, and my wife and I spent the night there. I had 2 camcorders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, show you how old this was. It was actually camcorders with tape.
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah, tape. And so I had set them up in the room. So if I did fall asleep, and I had my EMF meter next to my bed. And anyways, so in the middle of the night, I get awakened by the bed moving.
Yeah.
It wasn't what you think.
I was sure of that.
Yeah. The bed was moving, right? And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is good. Of course, I look over at Jan, and she's out like a light. I'm like, oh, damn. Oh, I don't have to worry, though. Camcorders are running. So next morning, I stayed up for a while until it stopped, and then nothing else happened. Fell back to sleep. Next morning, I wake up, run to the camcorders, and pull out the tapes, and not pull them all because you can just play them back on it. Played them back. And they all stopped before the bed shake.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
After the bed shake, excuse me. After the bed shake.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
No, that's before the bed shake. Whatever. You know what I mean? So there was nothing on it, basically. Yes.
Yeah. I love that.
You do?
I know. But that whole building, right? I love everything about it. I like when weird stuff happens, right? Because you've got 2 camcorders and they both crapped out on you, like at the moment you needed them. Which makes you think there could be something more intelligent there. So
somebody asked what we were talking about, and we were talking about the Concord Colonial Inn, haunted room 24. I spent the night there, and we had a couple of camcorders running, and that's what we were talking about.
While his wife was next to him, right? Totally. Just to be fair, Karen wanted to talk about the photo that was sent to you without explanation, and you've had bad luck ever since. Remember that one?
You want to see it?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh God, are we all going to be cursed?
Well, wait a minute. No, let me tell you. Everybody who's seen this photograph has had horrible things happen to them. Appliances crap out, washing machines, dishwashers, all kinds of stuff happens. Strange things, cars, all happening to them, right?
Man, now you've really set.
Sure?
Should we do? Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna do it, huh?
Yeah. What the hell?
Right.
Hold it up.
So it's actually up on the board here, so I have to step up. You're gonna
go ahead.
Okay. If anybody knows these or you recognize your stuff, was it Betamax? I love it. Actually, I had Betamax. That was one of my poorer decisions. I figured, what the hell? This small tape's better quality. It's got to beat out VHS for sure.
It was Laserdisc. Okay, here it goes.
No, that was later, much later. You ready? All right.
Ready.
So
I'm
this
nervous.
is this light is terrible in here. How can I get this so you can see it?
It's good.
Say when.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I saw it.
Or did you see it?
I did. Yeah, I did.
So how it came in, one day I went down to the post office, not the post office, the mailbox, because I live in a rural area. And there was a package in it. And I opened the package, and it was my second book, Ghost Today.
Yep.
And inside
I think I have that one
was this photograph.
So someone mailed you your book.
Mailed me my book, no explanation, no lodge, nothing, just a photograph in the book.
Did you check return address?
Yes. Couldn't read it.
All right.
I mean, there was no return address, but because it was like in one of those envelopes things.
Yeah.
And the postmarky thing was all like crap because it was raining that day and it got wet and it kind of smudged a little bit.
And so this bad luck photo, you decided, hey, I'm going to save it and hold on to it. And now there's COVID, and now we're all under quarantine. Ron, get rid of the photo.
Well, that's not the half of it. It's just like I had these people from Puerto Rico that wanted to see it, so I showed it to them. And then they had that hurricane that wiped out Puerto Rico.
And now we've got COVID.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Do you really believe that, or do you just think that we're focusing on something negative?
I'm just reporting what I see. I mean, that's what I do. You know, when I first started doing like ghost investigating 100 years ago, you know, I have a degree in environmental science, work on space, going yada yada yada, all that crap. So
Yada, yada.
and I didn't believe in all this stuff.
You could swear,
but shite, as Scots say.
Right.
But you know, first thing I said, well, I'm going to either prove or disprove that ghosts exist, and then I soon realized that, like, you know what? If a ghost came up to some people, slapped them across their face, like Joe Nickel, they wouldn't even believe it. They would just rationalize it away. They basically would. So no matter what evidence you gave them, they wouldn't believe it. So I decided that I would never do that again, and never try to disapprove, but I would just pumpkin beer, yes. But
yeah,
I would just give out my experiences, and you take it for whatever they're worth to you. That's it.
Sure.
And I've always done that.
And that's kind of the way it goes, right? That's all you can do. You start to learn that the longer you do.
No, there are some people saying, "Oh, look, I've got proof that ghosts exist." Right?
I'm going to show you a ghost photo right now.
Really?
Yep. There you go.
Oh, I'm trying to. I have too many of these. I'm trying to take the top off. Oh God, that's scary.
Yeah, that looks like Christmas. How long ago was that?
I have no idea. Do you know what that was? Do you know what that was?
That was, I believe, one of our charity Odd Fests, 30 odd minutes.
Odd Fest down in where was that? Bellingham.
Some bar that let us in.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Look at you. You know me. You know me, and I had that picture. And next thing you know, you had that guy who was abusing people in the high school. So yeah, there you go.
What?
That was it. That was a good event, by the way.
Thank you.
It was just basically a party. You just went, and you had to bring a toy in for
Toys for Tots
charity.
Yeah,
Toys for Tots. It was a great time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we used to do that all the time, and then we started doing Zombie Prom as a fundraiser for different charities. I don't know. For me, it's like it's an excuse, right, to get together with my friends, have some fun, and try to do something good, and that's really what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
But good times. And then there was that time we met there. Oh, look at that. Me with the Ghost Chronicles International crew.
Yeah.
That's
Steve Parsons, and that's myself. And
Ron's the one on the left of the photo.
Time Machine. Yeah, Time Machine. Right? Yeah, Time Machine. Good shirt.
Thank you.
Is that your only face? You have another one?
No, I've got a few. I can cycle through as needed. Yeah, boy, it's funny. You got a lot of pictures of us.
That was. I got more than that. I just sent you those few. That was at Cracker Barrel. Remember you dragged me to that Cracker Barrel place?
I love Cracker Barrel.
They serve breakfast all day long.
That's all I want. That's all I need. Oh, give me a restaurant that'll serve me breakfast for dinner, and I'm happy. It's all I need. Because it's such a treat, to have like big breakfast thing. How did you connect with Steve Parson? He's in the UK, obviously, and not obviously. Some people may not know that. So he's UK. How did you two connect?
Well, I guess let's see how long I've been doing this now. Like, I do an annual event called Spirit Course up here in Massachusetts, and basically I've been bringing over people from the UK every year, and they've been doing events and stuff with me and investigations and things. And it started out with basically the beginnings of the Most Haunted crew. Remember the TV show Most Haunted? Sure. Yeah. So it was David Wells and David Wells, Karen O'Keefe, Steve Parson worked on it too. Also, who else was there? Oh, Richard Felix. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then some other people too from the UK. It just kept growing because we have the international show has a good following in the UK and Scotland and Wales and Ireland. So, we every year I bring over someone and we'll have a good time together. We rent the place down the beach. We hang out and do events and stuff, and it's fun.
I miss Richard Felix. I got to meet him at a couple different events. You brought him down once. Remember we had him on 30 odd minutes because he was over here doing stuff with you, and you brought him down and we had him on 30 odd minutes. This would have been 7-8 years ago.
That was a great show. 30 odd minutes was a great show.
I still miss it.
It really was.
You
guys, you were awesome. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No. I still miss doing that. But so that was a time when we were like. So for those who don't know, 30 odd minutes, you can still see them all on YouTube, but we were doing the show at a cable access station. However, we were putting it up for cable access stations across America to download for free. And we were on hundreds of cable access stations, plus streaming online, plus YouTube. And this was long before anybody was streaming, right? This was before any of that. And, and I do miss it. And the thing is, we still have all the pieces. And I swear one day, the stars are going to line up again, and we're going to do that. We're going to do that again. But anyway, so Richard Felix comes down, always a good sport, and
that's a great guy.
Yeah. He's still alive, right? I mean, we haven't lost him. So anyway, it was, it's just been years, but I remember running into him first time on the Queen Mary for an event that we were doing. And we were both up wicked early because I'm on East Coast time. He's on UK time. And we were up early. And for whatever reason, we hadn't really formally met, but it was 7 a.m. and we started chatting. And I said, hey, I heard some stories about you on Most Haunted and how he would prep the crew with the historical stuff. And then the psychics would sometimes go in and psychically get the names and stuff that he had just briefed them on moments earlier in production meetings. And he had no bones about it. He's like, oh yeah, that's true. That would happen. Pissed me off. Right. And I loved how that wall of silence kind of ended with him, because you could tell he took what he did seriously and was sort of I got the sense he wasn't overly proud of some of those moments on that show. Which is hard. I get it, right? I mean,
what are you proud of? Oh, it's TV, for God's sakes.
I know.
Entertainment, especially that show. I mean, that was one of my favorite. Honest to God, of all the paranormal shows, that was one of my favorites. That it got me really involved in it because it had cool locations. It had the history with Richard Felix, right?
Yeah.
It had the psychics, Derek Akora and David Wells. They cracked me up. And then, of course, you had a vet screaming every 5 minutes. So you had all the entertainment you wanted. It was a good show, too, that was, as I digress, is, do you remember Karen Black and was it World's Most Haunted? They would take a family and they would put them somewhere and they would all be rigged up.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
It was way back. It was back in that time.
Fear Factor? Not Fear Factor. No. Scared.
Scariest places.
I know what you're talking about. I forget the exact name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. They'd have those cameras that face them and they're on their chest.
Yeah, the big things walk around. That was
remember that.
Original reality shows. That was funny because they were just regular people. They would just shove them in there. Half of them didn't want to be in there, except they were getting paid and got to be on TV. So that was it. That was. I enjoyed that show too.
Yeah. No. Do you watch this? Do you watch Paranormal now? Do you stay up and watch it, or are you like, I do this all day. I don't need to watch it.
You're associated, so maybe I shouldn't answer.
No, it's okay. You won't offend me.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, no, I get it. I turn
it on once in a while. If I'm going through something, I'm looking for something and something comes on, I'll watch a few minutes of it, but it's probably all the scariest places on earth. You're the best. There you go.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It's nice to have help here. I get it. And I'm the same way. I mean, I'll check in on new shows and stuff like that just to try to see it. And also, I've got friends that are on some of these shows, so I want to watch when I can. But when you do it all day long at night, I watch TV to escape as well. And so when you do paranormal from morning until night and you want to break, more paranormal doesn't sound that great to me. I imagine do you think doctors and surgeons come home and watch doctor shows on TV?
I doubt it.
I don't think they do. I would guess they probably don't. So anyway, but that was it.
So dude, Dude, did I say dude? All right. So,
Dude.
What do you watch? What do you like to watch?
I love The Simpsons, especially the old
Really?
ones. Oh my God, yes.
I love the old ones. I haven't seen The Simpsons in years, but I love the old ones. Yeah.
So we have Disney Plus because I've got a kid, and they have all the old Simpsons, like every season. And so my daughter's addicted too. So like I can put on a Simpsons anytime. I like to watch football in the fall. I'm hoping I'll be able to do that this fall. Yeah. So football is like my thing. I like to just get into that, and they don't ask a lot of me. Other sports, hockey and basketball and baseball, there's like 150 games a season, and I'm like, I don't have the time. I can't do it. I can't give you that
much.
Yeah, football asks for one game a week.
16, 17, 18 weeks, whatever it is.
I can totally give you that. And so those are some of the things I watch. I do like documentaries about other weird stuff. I like nature documentaries.
I like weird stuff too.
And then and it's just whatever kind of grabs me. And when you have a kid and we only have one TV in the house,
really,
yeah, like that's it. And so a lot of times,
should we start a GoFundMe for you?
No. I don't want another TV. It's not.
I know.
It's not that at all. It's just that I don't know. Like I try to read. I work a lot, so sometimes having a screen off is kind of nice. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those things that we all got to do something to kind of center ourselves and escape. But and we've had months of that, man. What have you been doing to keep yourself busy ever since, the whole world shut down?
Working on my love shack.
Working on your love shack. What you been doing?
For everything really. For those who don't know, I have a cottage. Basically, it's on the Merrimack River. And originally it was it's like summer cottage. Mm-hmm. Then they dug out a cellar and put in the heating system and a bathroom and a kitchen in the back of it. And then they put a porch in the front of it. So it's like a bungalow. But it's a small little thing, which I own. But, I'm always working on it. It's, just doing tons and tons of stuff. And I'm getting older in life, so I want to get it done. So if I kick the bucket, then St. Jan doesn't have to worry about it too much. But I did. I started painting it last year, and my ladder could only go so far. It's a 12-foot ladder, but I couldn't reach the peak, and I also had to replace the window. So I came up with this idea of building basically staging. All right, so I built this 12-foot by 8-foot station. So 12 by 8.
Yeah. And
12 by 4 by 8, to be exact. 12 feet high, 8 feet wide, 4 feet, whatever. Anyways.
Weren't we talking about rambling guests just a few minutes ago?
Shut up. So anyways, I built this thing. You know what it asked me? I was like moving on, but
I didn't ask for the dimensions. I asked what you were doing.
Oh, freak it! All right. Anyway, so we built this thing. I built it on the ground, but we had to raise it. Right? It's only myself.
Yeah.
To do this, so incorporated St. Jan to do it. So we get this big thing on the side of the house.
St. Jan is his wife, by the way.
Yeah, my wife, by the way. So we're raising the thing just like they did back in the old days with levers and things. We're pushing it and raising it.
You had an Amish farm raising.
Exactly. It was freaking awesome. Yeah. And we got that thing up there. I had a nice platform to work on. I finished my painting. There was a big window out there. I pulled that window out, put a brand new window on, did all the trim on it. Excellent job. Now I got to take it down, which is not fun.
No, I love it. And I get it. We've been working on our house. I finished a patio this week, like a brick patio. Cool. It is. No, I did. What do you mean? What?
What do you mean brick patio? What did you do? Cement?
No, brick. I did this in high school. This was like my summer job in high school and in college, was building like brick patios and walkways. And you dig a pit, you fill it with rock and then sand or stone dust and then the bricks. And then that way, when you don't use cement, it drains really well and it's very clean. And so
don't you have stuff growing up in between the things?
Sometimes, I mean, if you dig down far enough, it mostly stays away. And next summer that'll probably happen. But you just pull it, or you put in that stuff that kills it all season. but it creates an amazing drain and it keeps water away from your house. And anyway, but it's so satisfying. I realized doing this, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm playing with Legos again. Right. Except they're 4.5 pounds each and they're brick and they're stone and they give you these awesome blisters and stuff.
Yeah.
And but it was just
man's
really cool.
hands.
Yeah. No, my wife worked on it too. We worked on it together. And
So
it was
she has man's hands too.
Yeah, man's hand. We're not touching each other. It'd be like sandpaper. So it was just like brick, and then you get to see what you did and you go, look at that. There's a patio where there was not one before. And it's very satisfying, but it's also there's been so much housework. I mean, painting stuff and all those things. But I figure this way, when the quarantine started, I didn't make like a formal list. I'm not that kind of person, but in my head, I'm like, all right, what are all these projects I never have time for? Rebuilding my website, painting that room I've wanted to paint, putting in that brick patio, like all this stuff. And I got to say, if it ended today and the whole world got back to normal, which it doesn't look like that's going to happen, I feel like I've got a lot to show for the downtime. And that makes me feel good because I'm one of those people that if I'm not busy and if I don't have something productive going on, it really hurts my self-esteem. It hurts my well-being. I downward spiral. So fortunately, especially when you're self-employed and do the kind of work we do, right? There's always something you could be working on. And,
sure.
And I have definitely
just thinking about this. You're freaking lucky though. Because
I am. But
when you're done working on that patio and you come in and you're all tired and sore, you got a masseuse in the house. How bad is? I mean, how sweet is that?
Yeah. Okay. Let me fix that for you right now. My wife is indeed a massage therapist. However, the cobbler's son has no shoes.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. When you do a job,
if you brought up flowers once in a while, get him a little wine. Maybe you get a little.
And you know it's funny. Like, and to be fair, when I come home after a long day, Megan's never like, Jeff, come on, tell me some ghost stories.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, come on, honey, I've been telling them all day long. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I get it.
So like, well, did you get paid?
That's right. Where's the money?
First question.
Oh, God. Amanda wants your T-shirt. They want
She does?
Yeah, you should start selling them. Take it off. Here it comes. Boom, boom.
No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and then Brian points out that no, there's no test, Brian. You were allowed to just keep drinking during the whole pandemic. It's fine.
Yeah, it's been proven that alcohol kills the virus. So
yeah, that's true.
Killing the virus.
I haven't caught it yet.
Nope. There you go.
That's true. So maybe there's a correlation. Are you drinking more?
And you know what?
What?
Oh, you know what? No, I've solved it anyways because what I've done is I've ingested Norton antivirus, so I'm in good shape.
Oh, good.
I play it every night. I put it on my speakers and listen to the disc.
Did you
Norton antivirus, so I'm protected.
Learn that on YouTube, I imagine?
I did. Yeah. There's so much you can learn on YouTube. There's so much great information out there.
Research. That's
I always thought the world was round, but thank God I know it's flat. So I'm so excited.
You will sail right off the edge if you're not careful. That's for sure.
I learned. Yeah, I learned that. Yeah.
Oh, is it? So this is what's wild. So when we started, man, we've had some deep conversations over the years. I know we're goofy and all that other stuff, and we argue, but like we've had some deep conversations. And remember, like 20 years ago, Ghost Village, right, and all that stuff, like websites. And we've watched, you had your website, I had mine. I've watched the whole world.
You had yours first.
I did, 1999. Who's counting? Me. So, but we've watched the world fall into all these little silos. And it's the internet, right? Like at first, what was so cool about like Ghost Village was that people that are interested in ghosts all over the world could come share their stories. And it was really cool, really communal. But now what's happened is that everybody that has every kind of nutty conspiracy theory can find others that have the same one, and they can start listening to Norton antivirus at night to keep COVID away. And here we are. So how do we fix that?
I don't know. I blame Al Gore because he invented the internet.
Okay, so we're getting a psychic reading here. Looks like, hold on, check it out. Leslie Ann says, which of you two, Jeff and Ron, knows someone named Faye who is passed? I may be off here, but someone is bugging me tonight. Do you know a Faye?
Well, I could know a Faye, but I don't know if they passed. That's the problem.
I know a Faye, but I think she's alive. She was alive as of a few
that's
weeks
the thing.
ago.
We don't know. Leslie, I don't know if she's alive or dead. I haven't spoken to her in years. So
I know a Faye.
I know
that I know as of like 2-3 weeks ago.
I'll give it to you, Jeff.
She was like, I don't know. The name Faye isn't ringing a bell, but if something comes up, we'll let you know.
So, talking about the internet, right?
Oh, Tropical Storm Faye.
My son.
Yes, that's.
Oh, there you go.
There's that. Go ahead. Your son, yes.
There's that. So yes, he was the first to get the internet in the house, right?
Ron Jr.
So, yeah, AOL.
Yes.
So I said, okay, it takes him like 5 hours to get logged into this stupid thing. I said, this thing is never, ever going to take off. I might have been wrong.
Internet's never going to catch on. It's going to be dead.
I never thought. Who the hell would spend 5 hours trying to log on? That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Remember the noise?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have a disc here, by the way. So if you need it, I got 110 hours, Joe. I think, maybe, or something. I don't know.
At Joe. He's singing my song. Whatever happened to Fay Ray? That delicate satin-draped frame. Yeah, Rocky Horror. Well done. Guy.
Yes. Anyway.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait.
Find it.
Okay.
What?
So, peeking over my right shoulder.
Ah!
I don't know.
I see it. I don't know. You're a better man than I am, Jeff Belanger.
Are you really looking for AOL and you saved it?
Oh,
God.
I got something better for my business. Okay. So, internet, right?
Hold on. Let me open another beer before you start this story. Good God. This is a Harpoon IPA from Boston.
Oh, sorry. Did I show? I'm sorry.
I'm busy. God.
Yeah. Are you ready?
It's still pouring. Almost. Y2K. Do you think we'll make it? Do you think the world will end?
It's the official conversion jumpstart kit produced by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Still got, you can't read it. There's the Commonwealth of Massachusetts head thingy on it. It's got the disc in it. It's got all the wonderful book on it. I'm all set. When the Y2K virus comes around, I will not be interrupted on my internet.
No, that's good. All of my pencils were Y2K compliant.
Oh, thank God.
Do you remember thinking like, oh my God, the world's going to end? Like, and then, but weren't you like a little concerned? Like, okay, you knew you weren't even a little concerned.
No.
Oh,
do you know how many, wait a minute, do you know how many entered the world for the philosophy?
You're gone. See ya. All right, I'll bring you. I know there's been a bunch, but Y2K was a biggie, and it wasn't. So okay, hold on. No, wait. I'll turn you off. The difference between Y2K and all the other end of the world stuff was that the other end of the world stuff is like, okay, God came to me in a dream and told me that on like August 8th at noon. This didn't happen, by the way. Nobody panic, right? Like, and it's right. Like, I don't
disclosure there.
Like, oh my God. So, but you know what I mean? Like, then you're believing someone had some sort of like crazy intuitive thing, and we're all supposed to believe them. However, Y2K was different because we all sort of had a fundamental understanding of what was wrong, that you could look at your checkbook and realize what was wrong. Like, oh crap, my checkbook says 19 underscore. Like,
true.
What happens at 2000? And then you start learning, we all know enough about software to know that, oh no, what if it flips over to 1900 instead of 2000? Then what happens? And as soon as I said that, the computer behind you just lit up. I swear to God, turn around.
I know. I saw it.
What is that? It's not Y2K, it's Y220.
Paranormal.
It's Y220. So anyway, so that end of the world thing was a little bit different because we really were worried about not God sending his wrath down, but we were worried about planes falling out of the sky and our computers and phones just blowing up because they don't know what year it is. So that I think
I had no faith.
Oh, fine. When's the world going to end, Ron?
I don't care. I'll be dead before then anyway.
You sure?
If I don't, what difference does it make? I'll be dead then.
Okay, that's a good point. God, that's a good point.
I can't change it. What the hell?
I'm glad we're talking.
So anyways, I can't, I know we don't have much time, but we can't let this go without talking about probably our most fun case together.
I should have had pictures. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first? Because
go first, because you're the one initiated this thing.
That's true. So I actually told this story a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I had Lloyd Auerbach on the Speakeasy.
You told this story on the Speakeasy already?
Well, because Lloyd Auerbach is really where the whole story started.
I wasn't aware of that.
Lloyd Auerbach sends me an email with the subject line, "You owe me." And I open it. Yeah. Lloyd is based in California. So anyway, this woman from Quincy, Mass, reached out to Lloyd and said, "My pole dancing studio, I think it's haunted. And there's ghosts here. There's all kinds of stuff. And they show up on video, especially when I'm dancing." So Lloyd sends me a clip, and she's in the studio, and she's right spinning around
the pole. Yeah.
And there's these like things coming around. And so I was like, so he's like, "Well, you live in Massachusetts. I'm in California. Jeff, you should investigate this." And I'm like, I'm on my way right now. And so I said, as you shouldn't investigate alone. So I call Ron and say, "Hey, Ron, do you want to go work on a case with me?" And you're like, "No, I'm too busy. What's the case?" I'm like, "Haunted pole dancing studio." He goes, "My schedule's free. I'm ready." Like, let me alert the team. Assemble New England Ghost Project, right? So they all come running, and we go to the studio, and we learn things like how to pick up a $20 bill with our butt cheeks.
You were very good at that, by the way. I was impressed.
Damn good at that. It
Gives
didn't
you
work
something to fall back on in case this ghost thing doesn't work out.
I'm so ready, and it didn't work on $1 bills. It only worked on 20s.
Only on 20s.
Yeah, which makes sense. So we go there, and go ahead, take over. Tell me what happened. We get there, we set up. What's going on?
Well, I mean, you gave me a call, and I believe I asked Maureen, and then Leo was our photographer at the time, and I think that was it. And you brought that particle engineer,
my next door neighbor, Rob. So he is
Bob, that's his name.
Yeah, so he works for a company that makes equipment that measures and monitors the environment. So, like, for example, they make equipment that you'd put on a smokestack and could tell you whatever pollutants and particles are out there, or whatever's. So he's got like crazy access to gear, and he's not a paranormal investigator, but he's like, "What's the case? Haunted pole studio? All right, let me borrow like 50 grand worth of gear and bring it in." And I'm like, "All right." So go on. That was it.
Yeah. So I never tell Maureen where I'm going. So, which is a big surprise when she gets there and we come to a pole dancing store.
Maureen's
and
the psychic,
of course,
right?
Yeah, Maureen Wood, my psychic and co-author and all that stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyways, so we get there. And of course, if as in true investigative techniques, it has to be reproducing the exact same things that were happening, right?
Right.
So she had to put on a costume because that's why she did it on the table, and she would have to dance for us, right?
She said it happened when she's dancing, and she films with her camera in the doorway, filming her dancing her lessons. So yeah, right. Go on. So
she offered Maureen a costume as well, but she declined for some reason.
And it wouldn't fit me.
Yeah, right. I think it would actually. Kind of cute, but I'm just saying.
No, that's fair.
It's not that there's anything wrong with it.
No, nothing.
So anyways, yeah. Go ahead.
No. So she's it was this funny moment where there's like Ron and Maureen and me and Rob and I'm sorry, who was the photographer you brought? Like
Leo.
Yeah, Leo. Oh yeah, Leo. Yeah, Leo was there. So we're all there, and so there's this long pause, and we're like, "So I guess maybe you should dance if that's when it happens." She was like, "Okay, no problem," and it just like, so the music starts, right? And she's like spinning around the pole, and we're all scientifically checking our gear.
Yeah. Observing. That's the word.
Observing. Yeah.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Oh, nothing. It was very. We saw the particles. Your friend was able to debunk some of it, which was interesting. But I remember though, there was like she had stopped her dancing, but still had the music on. So I thought I'd take a little spin on the pole.
Right.
And as I was going around the pole, my EMF meter went off in my pocket. So
is that an EMF meter in your pocket, or you just happened to see me? Yeah. Oh. No, we didn't throw dollars at her. We told you, Elizabeth, she could pick up 20s with her butt and told us how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wouldn't do it for buck.
No.
She's a high class.
Not worth it. Not
dancer.
Worth it. Yeah. So it was that was
still a friend of mine, by the way.
Yeah, right. No, I haven't heard from her. Well, actually, you know what? She sent me a message. She moved. She went somewhere.
Alabama.
Yeah.
I believe it's down south, Alabama. I believe
Alabama,
it's Alabama.
Yeah. Good God. Good God.
But the cool thing about her is she wrote 2 books. She wrote one book called Pole Dancer with Dummies.
Right.
And she wrote a second book called Papal Funerals.
Like she a scholarly work.
Yeah, she has a doctorate or a master's in Vatican doohickey thingy. And I had her at Spirit Quest one year, right? She came in, the one we did every year we have at Spirit Quest, which is this thing I run in September every year. We have a theme. And one year it was Angels and Demons off of off the Brown's book. And so she came and because she wrote a book on papal funerals, but she had a papal death mask, which is like the coolest thing in the world. You know what a death mask is, right?
Yeah, right. They would make the face of someone who had recently died.
Yeah. So she had one of the Pope's death masks. Wasn't that cool?
Very cool. Beyond cool. I love it. I think it's amazing. Mike Markowitz, remember him? EVP guy?
You know where that was?
No. Where were we?
Fort Tabor.
You sure?
Yes, Fort Tabor.
All right.
Don't you remember Fort Tabor, the museum?
I do.
The museum? Yes, that's where
Fort
it was.
Tabor in New Bedford. Amazing place. Fort Tabor, Fort Rodman. A great haunt. Like one of my favorite places. That was a cool night. Been there a couple times.
You kept yelling at us all night.
I yelled at you all night?
Yeah, Ann Kerrigan, my co-host from Next Generation, and I went, and we were there, and we went inside one of the places, which is a multi-layered fort or something. I forget, right? It was several floors. And she said, you can't go up the roof, yada, 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 yada. So Ann and I were on the stairs to the second floor, just on the stairs. And all of a sudden, that's her right here on the
There's
one
Ann.
side. Yeah, there she is. So we're up there, and all of a sudden, we hear this noise. This person comes running, and it's Jeff Belanger. He says, somebody told me when you're going up to the second floor. You can't go up there.
Okay, let me explain why I was so like hyper on that night. Because we had done an event there before, and they let us up on the second floor, and a woman literally fell off and snapped her leg. Ambulance, the whole thing. It was so really like so scary. Yeah, because like there's no like you could walk right off. There's no railing or anything.
Right. There's no railings at all.
Yeah. And so someone it was dark and she just stepped right off the side and fell like, I don't know, 12 feet and broke her leg. And it was, oh my God, like could have died. And so I haven't been back there. I think we did one other thing and I'm just like, this place is too scary for me. Not so much the paranormal, but God, I don't want anyone getting hurt on my watch. That's like that's the thing. But another place where no one did get hurt. Remember this?
What? Oh God, yes. Houghton Mansion, Andrew Lake, Darkness Dave, Tim Wise. Yeah, you'll get the good faces. I'll tell you that much.
Tim Weisberg, Dave Schrader, Matt Moniz.
Moniz, that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's you and there's Ann. That's a cool hunt. So Houghton Mansion's out in North Adams.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go back. Don't jump on me into Fort Tabor. I'm not done with Tabor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Get back to you.
Okay. Okay.
There you go. All right. So back. One thing you did not know about Fort Tabor is that Ann and I did sneak off during the investigation.
Oh, good.
And
let's do more events together, Ron.
Yeah, we did. And at Fort Tabor, I don't know if you know that. I'm a lighthouse buff. You know that. I'm on the board.
Yes, I did know that. And there is a lighthouse on top of Fort Tabor.
So Ann and I decided we're going to the lighthouse, even though the lighthouse was off limits.
That wasn't even on the second floor. That was on top of the third floor. But
yeah,
go on.
It was kind of cool. So we went in. We went all the way up there, and of course we're hiding below the light and everything, so nobody can see us up there and all this stuff. And so we take a selfie, of course, right?
Right. So
we use the camera, take a selfie, and the camera has a flash. So the flash goes off. The electric line for the lighthouse, photo cell for the lighthouse gets blocked out. The light of the house goes off. So we didn't know what was going on. It's like, oh my God, it was supposed to be paranormal. The lighthouse went off. So we took another one and the same thing happened. And of course we figured it out right away.
Yeah. And meanwhile, some ship is wrecking right off the coast.
I know. Yeah, it's
like, the lighthouse. No, there was a term for that. What do they call that? Where the people used to fake the light and.
Moon curses.
What was it called?
Moon curses.
Moon curses. Oh my God.
Yes, because what they would do is they would put fake lights into things. The ships would go too close to the shore. They would
Angie
wreck.
was there.
Then they would go out. Oh, hi, Angie. Anyways, they would wreck, right?
Yeah.
And so then they would loot them and kill the crew and all that yada yada.
Right.
But on a full moon, they could see it. So that's why they call them moon curses.
Moon curses.
They knew it was fake. So, yeah, because they could see the silhouettes of the land and everything. So,
all right, we only have
a
couple minutes. I do want to talk about Houghton Mansion because that is one of my favorite haunts, and that was where you had an event there. You had me out to one of those events, 2005 or so.
I believe it was.
Is this
original program?
Oh God, look at that.
See your face. See your face there with the skull?
Upper right-hand corner. Good God. You save everything. Yeah. You're like a hoarder.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I got that from my mother. But you know who was there? Dr. Bell.
Michael Bell, Food for the Dead.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yes. Elizabeth Foley was there, the angel lady. Christian Foyer and Sean came all the way up from Salem to do it.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, we're switching gears. I don't think anyone could.
I know where you're going now. I know where you're going now.
Okay, fine. So listen, I feel sorry for anyone who watched tonight because I feel like we are so scatterbrained, jumping left and right. But whatever,
yeah,
stay with me.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, it's okay. Forgive us both. So Christian Day and Sean Poirier.
Yeah, that's right.
From Salem, two Salem witches, big characters, big personalities, amazing. Sean Poirier, who called himself with the high witch of Salem, he had a term for himself anyway, passed away, had some health issues or whatever, passed away. And Ron and I were among many who attended his funeral. And this was a funeral that I've never been to a witch's funeral. So let me set this up. It was at a funeral parlor, like any you've ever been to. Picture a funeral parlor you've ever been to. Windows, decor, casket in the front, right? That's what it looked like, right? There was nothing special about this place, right? They probably do every denomination of funeral in there. And so, except there's like a human skull, and there's Sean in the casket with his dead cat, and there's like all these witches in black robes and all this other stuff. And I was like, hey, Ron, and before it happened, he said he was going. I said, I'm going to pay our respects. I'll see you there. I said, I dare you to bring an EMF meter to the funeral.
Actually,
and I bet you $1.
I have that $1.
So now you just ruined the story. Now they know what happened.
Carry on.
Wait. So let me tell you what. So we're sitting there, right? And it gets quiet. It gets quiet because they're everybody's mingling and okay, time to be quiet. We're gonna say some words and things like that. And then just as it gets quiet, I hear do 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 do, and I look over and there's Ron with his EMF meter, and I just reach into my wallet and I hand over the $1. And didn't you, when you went up to kneel down in front of the casket and pay your respects, Did you not have a little audio recorder with you?
I will never tell.
You did. I know you did. You did. You were trying to get EVP. You were like, I pay my respects to Sean. If you're here, say a few words.
Yeah. Can you make this thing talk?
Did you
knock Jeff on his ass? Excuse me.
Did you get anything? Did you get anything that you did not?
No, did not. But see how cool I recovered, though.
Yeah.
Because as Jeff said, it was very quiet. The EMF meter went off. Many people could hear it.
Yeah, cell sensor.
So when we went up to pay our wishes, so I came out and I handed Christian Day, who was his partner at the time, the EMF meter. He says, "I want you to have this, Christian." So I gave it to him as a donation, or what do you call it? A tribute,
an offering,
to Sean. Yeah, offering, yes, an offering. So I saved my butt on that one.
And those of you if you knew Sean, like we've told this story before, if you knew Sean would have thought that was just freaking awesome. By the way, I have no question he would have been like, "You better bring an EMF meter. I want EMF meters, Ouija boards, EVP." Like, I mean, I'm sure he would have wanted the whole gamut. And then it was like a witch funeral. It was crazy because like we're two Catholic guys, right? Raised Catholic and the whole thing. And there's a human skull, and they're reading from his grimoire, which is the book that he writes, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it's still a funeral. It's a way to remember someone and honor them and so on, but so radically different than anything I've ever been to, except when you get drinks after. That part felt very familiar.
Yeah, that's very familiar.
Sean.
Sean. There you go.
Cheers.
But going back to the Hoot Mansion and that thing, I want to quick thing because I know we are running out of time.
We're over.
But as I mentioned, Christian and Sean were there, right? And we did a Ouija board event, which the Ouija boards were provided by our good friend Bob Birch. Robert Birch
was just on last
week. Remember his own. He made his own Ouija boards. Yeah. So he had provided some of that. So they were doing the Ouija boards, except for on these other ones that he provided. But Sean and Christian brought their own big ass one, and they were doing on that. And I remember Christian was like getting really scared and stuff, believe it or not, because he's very control freak and he felt that he was being possessed. So, anyways, one of the cool things that came out of it was something about a sword that they would find the sword in the closet, and they told Josh Mantell that. And what it was one of the swords from the Masons, because there was a Mason hall there. One of the swords that the Mason had was missing, and he went and he found it in the closet. So that was kind of the coolest things.
Love it. Ron, we're over time.
Anyway,
we've gone shot right past. Check out Ron's website, neghostproject.com, as in newenglandghostproject.com. You can find him on social media and all that other fun stuff. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Exploring Legends. I'm always happy to have new friends there and connect with you guys. And of course, your bartender does appreciate tips if you're feeling in the mood. Venmo or PayPal is there. Because Ron, this is what it's come to. We're working for tips. That's how this goes.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, really. Yeah. There's no there's no big money in doing live streams. I don't know if you knew that or not.
All I ever get is bras thrown at me.
I've missed you, Ron. I've missed you so.
We gotta go.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for having a few drinks. Good to see you folks. And we'll be back next week and all that other fun stuff. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ron. Good to see you. Say hello to your lovely family, who are all so much nicer than you are.
Yeah. No animals were hurt during the production of this show.
Not a single one. Folks, until next time, take it easy.